it's just a tremendous performance. And there were no losers tonight in this fight. And I was just happy to be a part of it. And I'd like Robert to come on up.
Well, first I want to thank God, man, for blessing me with everything He blessed me with. I mean, the opportunity was great. You know, didn't get the win, but I think I won the hearts of America tonight. And man, you know, I came and fought my heart out. You know, Keith, he's a good fighter, man. He's fast, hits hard. You know, now I know why they call him one time. He does got some power in both hands. Man, but you know what? I came and fought my fight, and you know, he was on his game tonight. He was on his game, and man, you know, that's all I can say.
Raise your hand if you have any questions.
Robert, even though you didn't, over here to your right, even though you didn't win tonight, the fact that you fought the way you did in front of so many people on TV, do you think it can actually be a step forward for you potentially?
What was that?
The fact that you fought the way you did in front of such a big audience, do you feel it can be actually a step forward for you even though you didn't win the fight tonight?
Oh, most definitely. That's why I said I didn't win the fight, but I know I won the heart of America. You know, I came fought with heart. You know, he caught me with a good shot behind the head, put me down. But you know what? I got up, kept on fighting, and did what I had to do.
Hey, Robert, right in front. What was the challenge trying to work inside against him to fight the fight you really wanted to fight? And also, there was a report you had already been in the hospital. Is that true? And if you did, have you received your stitches for your cut?
Yeah, I mean, I got stitched up already. But yeah, Keith, right out of the ring, they took me to the hospital. Hopefully he's well. I know his head was swelling up pretty good up there. But you know, he was on his game. He was on his game, and you know, he was moving, giving me a lot of lateral movement, and you know what? He was on tonight, counterpunching. So you know, I wanted to execute my jab more, but you know, his movement gave me a little bit of trouble.
Robert showed a lot of heart tonight, true warrior. That's a great fight.
Thank you.
My question for you is, you fought Floyd Mayweather, the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in boxing. You fought Keith Thurman, the next top welterweight. Is Keith capable of either right now or one day fighting a guy like Floyd and beating him?
You know, he's a solid fighter, Keith Thurman. But you know, Floyd, I mean, he's just extremely fast. His reaction time is quick. I mean, I couldn't even land punches on him, really. That's how quick he is. So, you know, and it's not just how quick he is, but it's how quick his reactions are. So, you know, in time, you know, Thurman will be ready. You know, he is a solid fighter. You know, he got good boxing skills. He got good power in both hands. Who knows? Anything can happen in boxing.
Could you tell us, at the moment that the headbutt it caused the swelling on his head, how much from that point on did it bother you? Did it hurt you? How much of an impact did that clash?
The only thing that hurt me was when he put me down. He hit me in the back of the head with an overhand right, and you know, he got me pretty good right in the back. So, but you know, other than that, you know, he does got punching power, but you know, I could take a good punch. So, I mean, he didn't hurt me at all.
Hey Keith, hey Robert, congratulations on a great performance.
Thank you.
I want to ask you, was he the hardest puncher you've ever faced?
No, not at all. I think the hardest puncher I've ever faced was Sakuk Aydin. You know, the Turkish guy. I mean, he came and he hit hard. I mean, after the fight with him, even though I outboxed him and I beat him, I mean, my arms, my shoulders, my body was sore for like, man, I don't know how long, a couple of weeks. And I mean, right now, I mean, I feel good. I feel real good. You know, just got the cut, a little bit of swelling around the eyes, but other than that, I feel good. But he does got power, though.
Raise your hands if you have questions for Robert Guerrero, please.
Robert, where do you plan on going from here after this? You know, you said you won the hearts, you know, of America. Do you think you will come back, fight on, you know, network television again, or perhaps on another one of the big networks?
Oh, definitely. You know what? Go back home. You know, take a little bit of time off, recover, and you know, get back on it. go assess this fight, see what I got to do, and to get back on my game. The one thing that I've been trying to do is get back on my toes, boxing. I mean, you've seen a little glimpse of it tonight. Trying to get back to what got me there. So, go back and get ready for the next one. Take my time off with my family and enjoy that, and then get back on it.
Any more questions for Robert?
Gracias, buenas noches. Roberto Fernández, responsable español para el público hispano. La gente en Twitter, en redes sociales, cuando caes a la lona, parecía que terminaba la historia. Fue una caída aparatosa. Sin embargo, la gente tuiteaba que era el corazón guerrero, no el guerrero azteca. Parecía que te alcanzaba el tiempo para regresar y llevarte a combate.
Sí, gracias. Me vino a pelear con todo mi corazón. Soy mexicano y está en mi sangre como un guerrero. Y, no me venir para atrás. I'll be back.
Robert, just to clarify, you did not go to the hospital. Are you planning to go?
What was that?
Did you not go to the hospital right after the fight, or did you?
No, I didn't go to the
And
hospital.
how many stitches did you get?
I don't even know how many stitches I got. I think they said it was 3.
Oh, that's all? Oh.
Yeah, so I mean, I feel good. There's nothing wrong. I just got the cut. A little bit of swelling around the eyes, but that's about it.
Richard said you had gone to the hospital. You just want to.
No, I didn't have to go to the hospital.
Okay, no need to go.
I could go 12 more.
Okay.
I could go 12 more right now. I mean, that's how good my body feels. The one thing, like I've been telling everybody, and I've been saying, when I added in that CrossFit, man, the recovery time is crazy. It's crazy. So you know what? My body feels good. I'm in very great shape. Pretty much, I did everything I had to do to be ready. So, that's why I feel good. I feel good. I feel like I could go another 12.
Thanks very much, Robert. We're going to move on to John Molina.
Hey, thank you guys, and God bless everybody.
How's it going? First of all, what can I say about the fight? Adrien Broner was good at what he did, which was move around a lot. And, his promises to sit there and exchange, I think those went out the window after the first round. But again, he's good at what he did. He's good at what he does. And I can't take that away from him. He moves really well in the ring.
Questions for John Molina Jr.?
John, there's a lot of different opinions on Adrien Broner. When he was first coming up, people thought he could become one of the best fighters in boxing. People think different things besides just that since his first defeat. Now that you've been in the ring with him, what do you think of Adrien Broner? Is he right now, or could he be an elite talent or elite fighter in the sport?
Well, he's definitely talented. Like I said before, he's talented at what he does, which is he was, hitting and not getting hit and didn't want to sit there and exchange. Safety first type deal, which you can't be mad at that because this is what the sport is, hit and not get hit, although it's not appealing to some of the fans. But stylistically, we thought it was going to make for a barn burner, but stylistically, it didn't make for what we thought it was going to make for. And unfortunately, I wanted to push it there, sit there and exchange it. As you guys saw in the last round, I had to sit in the middle because all he was doing was on his bicycle. Again, did he beat me? Yes. I don't want to discredit what he did. What he did, he stuck to his game plan and came out victorious. But with that being said, don't promise the world you're going to try to sit there and knock me out and then be on your bicycle.
John, over here. Throughout the bout, did you feel like that you were sticking to your game plan, or are there anything that you could think of that you could have done differently?
Well, like I said, he was really good at being, elusive in there. He really was. He by far is one of the slickest guys that I've been in there with as far as being able to utilize his elusiveness. And then, man, I hate saying, well, what about this or what about that? But, I have referee Bird, who's a hell of a referee, but he's telling me, you're leading with your head. If I'm not mistaken, leading with your head is like an amateur rule. I mean, how you're supposed to lean in with your head up so you can get hit? I mean, I don't get that. So I really felt like at times my only way to get inside of Adrien Broner is to go forward. And by going forward and then I'm getting howled, or if I'm leading with my head, or they think I'm leading with my head, I'm battling the referee telling me, you don't do that, don't do that, don't do that. So, I mean, again, Adrien Broner did what he had to do to be victorious. He's very elusive in there. He's a lot more elusive than I anticipated. I will give him that. But at the end of the day, you know, styles make fights, and this one was just stylistically, it didn't happen the way I thought it was going to happen.
John, here. John, somewhere in the mid to late rounds, the referee broke you and Adrien up, and you guys were kind of jawing at each other. Can you enlighten us on what that conversation was about?
Now, you got to remember, when you're in a fight, I mean, sometimes being in a fight is I don't want to say it's an emotional event, but I mean, sometimes you have choice words for each other, because at that moment in time, there's another man across the ring from you that's trying to knock you out, and you know, and I'm trying to knock him out. So of course you're not gonna be like, oh well, by the way, don't hit me. Like, you're gonna be like, no, I'm gonna kick your, you know what. So I mean, there was a few choice words, all part of the fight, and you know, it could be some psychological warfare, it could be just being a tough guy, but you know, it was just words that were exchanged between both of us, and nothing bad, nothing I'm gonna lose sleep over. But you know, again, I'm just disappointed in what I brought to the table. I felt like I could have brought a lot more. Again, stylistically, he stuck to his game plan and it worked well for him.
Hey John, usually you throw a lot of punches. Adrien Broner, he stood right in front of you for the majority of the fight, but you didn't really get off the way you usually do. Did you respect him too much?
No, I really don't think it was that. It was the elusiveness. If he was staying right in front of me like he was, it was still out of reach for me to throw my punches. I would let my hands go, but it would either, once I start taking off, he had a really good defense of grabbing me right away, or being elusive to get out of the way. So I really don't think it was a lack of me being able to throw punches. It would have been like me shadowboxing in there if I continued to just throw punches, and it wouldn't have worked out in my favor. Obviously it didn't anyways, but what I'm saying is if I would have just sat there and threw punches, there would have been no one there to sit there and exchange with. One, that's credit to his defense. His defense was exceptional. And two, again, it was a different enigma that I've ever dealt with in there. He's pretty slick in there. Well, of course, it's always, this game is to be able to adjust. Again, this is the first time I was in there with Adrien Broner, and he's definitely a talent. He's slick, but you know, to sit there and exchange, and let's fight. But he did what he had to do to become victorious.
More questions for John Molina Jr.? Raise your hand, please. John, thanks very much.
Thank you, guys.
You know, I just want to, you know, raise my hand to the man upstairs. You know, that after a hard fight with John Molina, you know, he's a gladiator. You know, I can still come out the ring and look as pretty as I do. You know, I'm only wearing these glasses because I like the glasses. I don't have to wear these glasses, you know, and I'm just grateful for that. But, you know, when it comes to the fight, I knew that he was gonna bring power. He was gonna try to make it a dog fight. So, you know, I'm gonna be honest. It was like 2 days in a row, back to back. Friday and Thursday, I was just like, you know what? Last time I went in the ring and I fought with my heart, I lost. I'm never gonna let that happen again. I'm gonna use the God-given talent that he gave me, and I'm gonna go in and make this fight as easy as possible. And that's what I did. And you know, the crowd might boo me, but at the end of the day, you know, going out there fighting for them, that don't pay my bills. They're not gonna pay my bills. So I gotta do what I gotta do, you know. And I'm sorry if I didn't fight the fan-friendly fight that everybody wanted me to fight in his favor, so he can hit me with the right hand that he always hit everybody with. But I wasn't having that tonight. And I heard somebody ask him what was we saying in the clinches. I remember. I was almost like every right hand that he missed, I was just like, I would clinch him and I asked him like, you know, just ain't working, you know, let's go to Home Depot and find some tools or something and try to do something else. This just ain't working. I'm joking. I'm joking, man. He's a good guy, but you know, it was a tough fight. Even though I made it look as easy, but it was still a tough fight, and he still got he got power, but you really got to ask somebody who he hit, because he couldn't hit me, you know, with a real flush shot. So I really didn't feel his power that everybody say he had, you know. But I give it up to him. He came to fight. He never quit, and I did what I had to do to get the victory.
Raise your hands if you have questions for Adrien Broner, please.
Adrien, congrats on another victory. How did you feel about your performance tonight, if you had to give yourself a grade, and are you still getting better as a fighter?
I'm still a student of the game. I'm learning every day. Every day I'm in the gym, I'm trying to get better. As you can see, that right hand don't hit me no more. Everybody thinks that overhand right is the blueprint to beat Adrien Broner, you know, and that's what I worked on, and you know, I'm getting better. And I really can't grade myself until I really see the fight, but you know, I did good enough to win.
Over here, Adrien.
Adrien, in many people's eyes, you dominated the fight. Did you try to go for a knockout, or you just decided you were going to box?
To be honest, you know, he didn't fight the fight that he fight with everybody else. He fought more defensive. I was coming to him. I was coming to him. It was sometimes where I boxed, but for the most of the fight, I was coming to him. He didn't bring that warrior ambition, that gladiator ambition that he fight everybody else with. So I had to make my adjustments too. You know, so you know, I couldn't get the knockout, but I got a very impressive win.
Adrien, how much of his defensive stance do you think was a result of your jab? How much do you think it was of him trying to set you up to walk into the right hand after you established the jab?
He's good into walking you into a shot. You know, he don't have the amateur background of a lot of fighters, so he try to bait you in to fight. And then once you open up, he can catch you with a big shot. You know, that's what I know. He kept trying to do it. And I was talking to him, and I act like I'm gonna do it. He's like, oh, come on, this is what I want. But you know, I ain't give it to him.
Now, obviously, you were able to stay behind and see your son being born. There was a difference about you before you got in the ring. Later on that night, you sparred when you were at home with your kid. Do you think that's going to be something you do on a regular basis, or will you go back to going to DC and training like that?
To be honest, this was one of the best training camps I've had in a long time. I was in shape, and I was very calm, no stress. And you know, I think that did play a big part in this fight.
Over here, Adrien.
Adrien, first of all, congratulations on your victory.
Thank you.
Well, what do you want now? Who's next?
Now, last time I tried to say my slogan on NBC, they cut me off. So I can't say that no more. But you know, you guys know the slogan. You know, I fight anybody they put in front of me. Any contract they come with, I sign.
Over here, Adrien. Hey, Adrien, how you doing? Hey, Adrien, congratulations. How was this whole experience with NBC? Was it different? A different Adrien Broner? Both you guys were very respectful from day one.
You know, a lot of people who don't know me, they look at my antics and they look at the way that they put me out there to be. But once you really meet me, I'm a good guy. You know, I respect any boxer. You know, I don't have no bad blood with John Molina just because we just fought or just because we was gonna fight. You know, he cool. He can go out with me tonight. We can have fun. I get him. Hey, I ain't gonna get him in trouble. I don't know if he's married or nothing, but I get him a girl or two.
Adrien, I don't know if you saw the fight after you or not. I believe the gentlemen in the ring both fit your qualifications for your slogan. Would you be willing to take on either Mr. Guerrero or Mr. Thurman?
Man, listen. do you get what I say, or is you just going around the whole thing? If whoever names on that contract, I'm going to fight.
Well, how different? You said to us that you were glad you lost to Maidana. How much of the Adrien Broner we saw tonight was a result of that loss and the last 2 wins you had?
One result of that loss, you know, when I fought Maidana, I fought with my heart instead of my head, my brain, my skills. Tonight, I didn't let the crowd get to me. I stuck to the game plan, and I did what I had to do to get my victory.